Today I'm going to tell you a tale of 4 unique genes. There are 20 to 25,000 genes that are shared among all mammals and compose the majority of the genome. However, a small number of genes appear to be distinctive to a phylogenetic category or even a species. These genes are known as unique genes. Dr. Stephen Coleman investigated 4 genes he believed to be unique to the horse during his time here in Dr. McLeod's lab. Stephen looked for evidence of these genes in 6 distantly related mammalian species that I've highlighted for you in red circles on the screen. However, they were not present. Following Stephen's study, I was left wondering, are these genes truly unique genes, and if so, how did they come to evolve in the horse? Because unique genes are rare, it's possible that these genes are actually lost genes. At one point in time, they were found in a common ancestral species, had been lost in most other animals, but were retained in the horse. Since Stephen's study, the genomes of many additional animals have been added to online databases. I expected to find evidence of these genes in other branches of phylogeny if I tested enough animals. So that's exactly what I did. I used in silico methods, and at the end of my exhaustive search, I could only find evidence of these genes in the southern white rhinoceros, which happens to be closely related to the horse. If these genes were actually lost genes, I would have expected to find them in other animals. That brought me to my second question. How did these genes come to be in the horse then? The first possibility was that these genes underwent gene duplication or exon shuffling by chromosomal rearrangement in order to form new genes. However, after conducting BLAST and BLAT searches, I couldn't find any evidence of these genes outside of the Perissodactyl order, which consists of rhinos, tapirs, and equids. So I investigated these genes on a DNA level and found that they were highly conserved in the equids and had varied presence in the rhinos and tapirs. This leaves me with the idea that these genes evolved in an early ancestor of horses' relatives via de novo evolution, which essentially consisted of gradual mutation of non-coding sequence over time. Currently, I'm examining sequence data and looking for evidence to prove this theory. Still, the scientific process always leads to more questions. Although I have an idea of the evolutionary history of these 4 unique genes, the biggest questions left are, what do they do and why are they important? These genes are expressed in the brain or the testes of the horse. Because of this and the species-specific mating behaviors within the perissodactyls, it's possible that they are involved in sexual behavior or even fertility. With further investigation into their function, their importance to the perissodactyls may be better understood.